This book was read and recorded with permission from the Learner Publishing Group and is for educational purposes only. Enjoy! Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Gazikas from Potomac View Elementary School. I hope that you are all doing well and staying safe and healthy during this time away from our school building. Me and your other third grade teachers just want you to know that we miss you so much. We really wish that we could all be learning together back in our school, but it looks like we are going to be staying out of the building for the rest of the year so that everyone has a chance to stay safe and healthy. So your third grade teachers have created a YouTube channel. Some of you are total experts at this, and we might need some tips from you as we experiment with this a little bit. So stay posted. We're going to be posting all types of videos here, taking turns reading books to you. When you're done listening to the book, you can send an email to your teacher. You can send them a Class Dojo message and let them know what you think. Don't forget to make sure that you're checking the school web pages. So going to the Potomac View Elementary School website so that you can stay up to date on everything that we are sharing with you that you can do at home. Alrighty, so I'm going to be reading the first book for our YouTube channel. I'm going to be very honest, I did not have a lot of books at my house, so it took me a little while to find some good books, and I'm going to have to try and fix that. If you are having trouble finding books to read as well, don't forget the online options of Epic and using your Mayan account. I also have heard that the Prince William County libraries are available for you to order books ahead of time, and you can drive right to the library and pick your books up at the door. You don't need to interact with anybody except for whoever is passing you the books, and it's a really safe and clean option so that you can still be getting books. So that might be something. Talk to your parents and see if that is something that you might want to try. I'm going to check and see if my library is doing that too. So I'm meeting you today in my kitchen. I thought it would be a great place for this book I found. This book is called Everybody Cooks Rice, and it is by Nora Dooley, and the illustrations are by Peter J. Thornton. My stomach was grumbling. Mom was cooking dinner, and I couldn't wait to sit down and eat. Carrie, will you go out and find Anthony? Dinner is almost ready. Mom is always asking me to look for Anthony. He's my little brother, and he's such a moocher. If he's not playing ball or hopscotch, he's at a neighbor's house tasting their dinner. I walked outside and looked up and down the street. I couldn't see Anthony anywhere, so I went to Mrs. Darlington's house. Anthony and I call her Mrs. D. She's our next door neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. D are from Barbados. It was Thursday, so their grandchildren, Sean and Stephanie, were over having their favorite dinner, black-eyed peas and rice. At the front door, I could smell fried onions and bacon. It made my mouth water. I ate a small cup of rice and black-eyed peas while Mr. D told stories about Barbados. People swim there and go fishing, even in December. I suddenly remembered I was supposed to be looking for Anthony, so I asked if anyone had seen him. Sean said he'd seen Anthony going into the Diaz's house. I went there next. When I walked into the kitchen, my friend Fendra Diaz and her little brother Tito were cooking dinner because their mom was working late. Tito was telling Fendra that she uses too much spice. Fendra said Tito was checking the pot too often, so the rice and pigeon peas would never cook. Their teenage brother, Jose, told them to pipe down. He wanted to watch TV. I looked in the pot to see what was cooking. The rice was bright yellow. Fendra told me that her grandmother in Puerto Rico had taught her how to cook with turmeric. Turmeric makes rice yellow. Tito gave me a taste from the cooking spoon. Boy, was it delicious. Then I asked if anyone had seen Anthony. Fendra said Anthony had been there to taste their dinner, but had left to visit Dong. So I went across the street to Dong's house. This book is making me hungry. Good thing I'm reading it from my kitchen. Dong Tran came from Vietnam 5 years ago with his whole family. Aunts, uncles, cousins, and all. Dong's older sister, Tam, answered the door. Mr. and Mrs. Tran work late every day, so everyone else takes turns making dinner. It was Tam's turn to cook. She was busy making the garlicky, fishy sauce called nuoc cham. She let me try it on some rice. It was sweet and salty and sour. It tasted interesting. Later, when Mrs. Tran gets home, she'll make fried rice with peas. Then when Mr. Tran gets home, everyone will sit down and eat together. When I asked if anyone had seen my brother, Dong said Anthony had been helping Mrs. Hua and Mei Ling with their groceries. The Huas live on the corner, so I started to walk up the street. Carrie, wait up! Someone called. It was my friend Rajit. He was carrying 3 round metal boxes, all clipped together. Something inside smelled delicious, so I asked him what it was. Rajit said his parents were working at their video and gift shop, so he was bringing them leftovers in a tiffin carrier. There was a big party at the Krishnamurthy's house last weekend, so Rajit's mother cooked a fancy, colorful Indian dish called biryani. It's made from peas, cashews, raisins, lots of spices, and a special kind of rice called basmati rice. I had tasted biryani at Rajit's house the last time I went out looking for Anthony. When I told Rajit that I was looking for my brother again, he said Anthony and Mei Li were blowing bubbles out a window at the Hua's house. The Huas came from China a year ago. Mrs. Hua is just learning how to speak English. We smile at each other a lot. Mrs. Hua was steaming white rice for her family and the boarder who lives in the back room. She was also making tofu and vegetables in the wok. That's a big pan with a brown bottom. Mrs. Hua always makes me sit down and eat something when I come over. And she said she's cooking for her family and a boarder. And a boarder is somebody who might live in your house and they might pay you or, help you around the house for permission to use one of your rooms. So she's cooking for her family in the boarder. And that's the wok that he was talking about. Everyone at the Hua's house uses chopsticks. Mei Li, who is only 3.5 years old, can even pick up a single grain of rice with her chopsticks. Mei Li laughed at me when I tried using chopsticks and dropped some vegetables. She said Anthony was bye-bye. So I decided to try our backyard neighbors, the Blues. I wonder how many of you know how to use chopsticks. The Blues are from Haiti. Their cat has just had kittens, so Anthony wanders over there a lot. Mrs. Blue teaches English at the community center. We get to call her Madame Blue. Madame Blue speaks 3 languages: French, English, and Creole. When I walked in, Madame Blue was making a Creole-style Haitian dinner. It had hot peppers, chives, red beans, and you guessed it. What do you think, boys and girls? Rice. Monsieur Blue works 2 jobs, so he won't get home till late. Madame Blue says the pot will stay on the stove and the rice will get tastier and spicier. Adeline and Jean-Marie Blue came home from dinner on their break from their after-school jobs at the grocery store. They helped themselves to bowls of rice and beans from the pot and gave some to me. I thought my mouth was on fire. Jean-Marie teased me when I gulped some water. It was getting late, and I still hadn't found Anthony. Adeline said she had seen him with a kitten in his arms, climbing the fence to our yard. I said thanks and au revoir. That means goodbye, and hurried home. When I walked into the house, Anthony was showing the kitten to our baby sister, Anna. He was explaining to Mom that he was only borrowing the kitten. Mom was putting dinner on the table. Her grandmother from northern Italy had taught Mom how to cook rice e bisi, rice with green peas. Mom puts butter, grated cheese, and some nutmeg on it. It smelled so good, but my stomach wasn't grumbling anymore. I can wonder why her tummy wasn't hungry anymore. I told Mom that I was too full to eat. Anthony said that he wanted to eat his dinner, even though he was full, because he loves rice. And that afternoon, he found that everybody cooks rice. The end. Okay, so boys and girls, this book is actually a really great book for thinking about theme, the message or the lesson that an author wants to teach you. So after you've listened to me read it, maybe you want to go back and listen to a few parts, but I want you to think about what you think the theme is. What was the author teaching us besides everyone cooks rice? Also, the back of the book, if you want to pause the video, has a lot of recipes of all different types of rice. And I know that we have talked a lot in 3rd grade about recipes and what recipes have. I realize now that it might be backwards for some of you, but maybe just take a peek and see, are there numbered steps? Are there pictures? What kind of things would you find in a recipe or a how-to text? All right, boys and girls, that was my first YouTube video, so please be gentle with me. What I'd like you to do is send me an email, send me a dojo, or if you're not in my class, send one to your teacher. Tell them what you thought about the book, what you think the theme was, what the author's message was that they were trying to teach you, and maybe share, do you have a rice recipe that you and your family use? I know that I cook rice a lot at my house, and I like to add a little bit of onion and salt to make my rice really flavorful. What are some things that you do with rice? All right? Stay safe and share this video with your classmates and friends from school. Not all of our classmates are on Class Dojo right now, and so it'd be great for you to share this with your friends and neighbors so that everyone is getting a chance to listen to their third grade teachers read. Stay tuned to our channel because we'll be sharing more videos as the weeks go along. All right, boys and girls, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.